Everyone. Today we will be going through a very deep and philosophical discussion about many things. Yay. So, yeah. Now, before we start, I might as well say, this is going to be like, I don't know. I think I'm trying to make a switch to deep and philosophical discussions because I feel like that would be an interesting. Because who doesn't want stuff like that? Hmm? But yeah. But yeah, point being, I'm going to be doing a lot more. So does anyone have any subjects we want to start off with? Anything? I am open to feedback. Okay. But yeah. Perhaps we should just start off with some reaction content. Okay. Gotta mess around a little bit. Yes. What the? Okay, I get it.
America's original sin and its disease of hate and racism towards black and brown people. And
Nah, you're not gonna.
What is it? What is it, CNN?
This is so DR'd, bro. Like, you're not God. You don't get to decide what original sin is. You are on national television.
Like, whenever people say what original sin is, I'm always like, bro, at least give the reason it's the original sin or something. I don't know.
Clearly, you're not being oppressed.
you can't be calm about this. I'm a black man in America. The reason why heart disease and cancer and obesity and diabetes.
Okay, first of all, I've seen tons of black people who don't have that, so clearly it's just a you problem. Like there's white people who have that problem to a far greater extent. I should know. I've seen 600-pound life. But, like, dude, are you saying that black people are on average more fat? Because that's kind of a racist statement. I'm just saying. Video games were a mistake. I mean, honestly, I've stopped playing them because of how bad they've gotten. I've started playing indie games or games made in the East. Like, if it's not made by people who don't care, I'll play it. That's my motto. I try to play games that made by people who care about you. I always like these concepts. Yeah. It's just, it feels like so sad to know that people just don't seem to make games that give you the lonely feeling, you know? Like, I get it. There is mouthwashing, which kind of pulls that off, but, like, you don't get that from most games nowadays. Well, intentionally. Unintentionally, you get that, and that's not really impressive. It's just, eh. Like, I don't even know. Like, how do I prove this? I'm going to pull up an image. Silent Hill 2. This is the old version. It honestly wish I had a better image to show, but well, whatever. But yeah, the old stuff looks very good for its time. Look, I'm trying to say here is I feel like art direction will outlive graphics, mostly because, well, let's look at Half-Life 2. Still looks clean. Now let's look at another game from 2004. That's when this game released. Dang. A lot of things released back then. I don't even know where to begin. Honestly, people just stop trying to make the most perfect game and start trying to make the most greatest game again, you know? Yeah. Why do I get lost on myself sometimes? I wonder if there's anyone in the chat. I'm going to look up some philosophy. Okay, here's how I put it. Here's my view on philosophy that's kind of interesting. It's like, if nothing matters, we're going to basically say, you know what, nothing matters. I'm going to make everything matter, essentially. You know, nihilism breeds the anti of nihilism, because guess what? Even if there is no purpose to life, we'll create a purpose to life because we're stubborn like that. If there is no God, we'll create a God because we're stubborn like that, baby. That's what I feel like most people fail to get about the human spirit. We're stubborn. We build buildings in places that get hit by earthquakes, hurricanes, tsunamis all year round. And we rebuild because we don't care. There's good market value, so let's keep rebuilding. We're stubborn. So yeah, point being, I don't care if you know. I don't care if there is no God, because I think there is, because there's a lot of questions that go unanswered. Like, I'm not just saying what's the whole point of, being a good person. Like, you could discount that, since I feel like you could be a good person without having to be Christian. But like, what's the whole point of us being slightly above other animals, It's like, it makes no sense. If we had more intelligence than the rest of the animals, what purpose does that give if there's no reason? Like with God, it gives sort of a reason in which he wants us to worship him, or as I like to see it, maybe he just wants us to have free will, which is agreeably the only reason I feel like that's what I feel like. People always say, if God exists, why do bad things happen? I'm like, you could argue that's a straw man, but I've seen enough Reddit people to know that's kind of true. Like, I'm not saying all atheists are like this. It's mostly just the Reddit kind, but it's just, I wish we still had atheists that at least engaged in conversations about God, I don't know, intellectually, honestly, and, actually made you question, instead of, used echo chambers. And that's how they basically, it's just so stupid, That's what I mean. You can't really have an honest debate with someone if they're just going to be distruthful. Yeah. Oh my God, I hate that show. But yeah, like, honestly, I don't know if that is the worst American anime. Like, there are two that I know of. Did not watch, well, fully. I know of a lot of American anime because, hell, I just find it fascinating how animators from Japan went to America, specifically Walt Disney, to learn animation, and then they were like, yeah, we can't pull that off because we have limited budget. So we'll do something different for our animation. We'll just focus on story, and boom, that's how anime became anime. Low frame rate, more visual pop, characters stay stiller, stuff like that for anime. And now America's now trying to, I don't know, half-ass it's the word, because Avatar: Last Airbender did it really well. Teen Titans, not Go, did it really well. Then again, Teen Titans, they were going for a different style too, but it's just, it feels like America is trying to basically, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's the same thing with manga. Like, the manga artists were inspired by comic books of old, and now the comic book artists of today are inspired by manga artists. I gotta say, with trends like these, it's gonna make me think we're gonna be like that snake that goes. Yeah, I forgot its name, but you get the point. We're eating ourselves whole. All because we are idiots. And I feel like the reason with the comic book industry, if I remember correctly, is because, well, for the longest time, they were like really resistant to change. Like, someone had a new art style, let's bully that guy, let's bully him. Yeah, the comic book industry used to be pretty toxic, and that was a pretty bad thing. But you know what else was pretty bad? That mixed in with the fact that they had only two big publishers, while manga more specifically, had like, I don't know, let's see, Shueisha, Shonen Jump, and a bunch of others. I'm trying to name them all, but I can't. But yeah, manga has a lot more bigger publishers, but they're also indie. Like, with manga, you could get whatever you want out of it. So yeah, that's what I mean.